And the tricky part becomes when she has her own, and then she expects to have some of his own too, right? Sometimes maybe even prematurely. We hear a lot of conversations where women want their hair and nails did before the second, third, or fourth, fifth date. Where the fuck do they do that at? Where did these things come from? Right? Even young girls in high school are expecting these young boys to get their nails did. Off of what job, queen? What are we doing? So I think it's fair to have the conversation around expectation, particularly from a community that doesn't do well when it comes to finances. If you want to talk about having stats to back something up, how about we back that up? Right? So I think there's a real question in regards to not only how we look at money, but then also the expectations that we have of others, especially when we sometimes ain't doing that good ourselves. Sis, just because you have a credit card you can max out don't mean you better than nobody. That brother who may not have as much debt as you, that's still an asset because you can build with somebody who doesn't have debt like you do. I don't understand. That's why I know y'all don't be understanding about how money works, because y'all be looking at the wrong shit. Right? So I think men oftentimes hear some of the delusion that comes from some of y'all, right? And we hear, what the fuck is she talking about? That's what the problem is, right? Because guess what? Most dudes who love or vibe or build with women, we've been conditioned to want to do for y'all. Some of y'all ain't getting done for because we don't want to do for y'all, not because we can't do. Y'all are confusing the two. You know what I'm saying? And y'all pretend like, oh, niggas don't do. Nah, sis. Niggas don't do because you let him do you for less. And then you're mad that he don't want to have to pay for it after the fact or show up in the relationship the way that you wanted him to, right? So I get it. So now women are like, well, shit, if he's going to fuck me and leave anyways, I might as well get my hair did. I see how you value yourself, queen, and you're mad that we value yourself even less. You set the bar. So I hear you. This conversation around sponsorship, and I know what women are gonna say. Guys don't be. I wish Tia was here. Guys don't be happy to be the guys talking about sponsorship. Yeah, you know why those guys can talk about it? You guessed it, because they fucking some of y'all anyway. For as much grief and shit that y'all talk. And I'm gonna say this a lot in closing, at least for me, because I feel like I might have shot enough communities for the night. You know what I'm saying? Listen, there are only few situations where you should listen to women. You know what I'm saying? Most of them, most of the time, it's a pass. Like when I say listen, yes, you want to hear them, but you have to filter what you're listening to, and you cannot always take them verbatim or seriously or for real, right? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they just don't be knowing. You know how I know? Ask her what she wants to eat for dinner tonight. But I digress. My point is, some of you, no, yes. She says no, you listen to that shit, right? Hell no, right? But what I'm saying is, y'all spend too much time listening to these women in these clips. These women who claim that they have these standards and they only fuck with these type of guys. It's cap. It's like the women who are on Clubhouse talk about divesting, and them niggas was laying up with niggas. You know what I'm saying? Bitch, you ain't divesting nobody because nobody white would invest in you. The fuck are we talking about? And finally, I know that's how finally, if there's any ladies out there looking for sponsorship, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of dollars. Now, granted, if you think your box is enough, it's not. I'm actually going to put you out to work. We got some marketing opportunities, right? We doing posting for the BLC pod. Y'all hoes who want shit for free just because you think the box is all that. I hate to tell you, the price of pussy has been coming down since Instagram became popular. The fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah,
and with that, I bid you guys adieu on this topic.
Okay, all right. So you guys have been very thorough, and you raised some valid points, except for S&M. I don't know what the fuck she was on, but no. All right. So, but I guess I think you guys are missing like the beauty of the moment here, the irony. Okay, here it is, Juneteenth, and now we have this white lady who, yes, Nick, you're right, and S&M, you're right. She may have spoken out of turn. Right? It doesn't mean that what she said was wrong. Okay. So like the person who came around for Juneteenth and told all the slaves they was free, she came around with a message this Juneteenth for the men. You know what I mean? And she didn't single out black women. She just said women. It just happened to be a black woman who was laying there on the bed, you know what I'm saying, doing nothing but posting, talking about, I need somebody to keep up my lifestyle. All we know is she got satin sheets. We think they satin. They might be sateen. We don't know what the rest of her furniture looks like. We don't even know if it's an air mattress. We don't know if she got food in the fridge. She's talking about her lifestyle and her standard, right? So I think it's a bit much. All right, so let's talk money, motives, and modern dating. Quick and clean. All right, that clip. All right, the lady, she said it bold, right? If you don't need them financially, I'll ask you for money, right? And then everybody raised their eyebrows. And the question is not as wild as folks made it, right? Because there's a difference between being sponsored and being strategic. Sponsored says he pays because I'm pretty. Strategic says he invests because I'm valuable. Right? It's a big difference, right? If you got 5 ninjas paying your rent, your car, your lights, whatever, you have a bunch of sponsors. Okay. Yes, you a project, you a candidate, you whatever, you got sponsors. Congratulations, you are now a professional something because you have endorsements. Okay. And maybe it's a gold digger. Not my word. Kanye used it. Right. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she don't mess with no broke. So usually a broke man slang, gold digger is what broke dudes call people they can't afford. But there are real gold diggers out there. There are women who want nothing more than your pocket. They want nothing more than your resources. They will drain you and move on to somebody else who can provide bigger, faster, or more or flashier, right? And the interesting thing about this is compatibility is currency, right? But these women are really trading on their looks. And that's really a bad deal because looks are guaranteed to fail, even with the best plastic surgery. Nobody stays ageless. So I'm supposed to pay for you and subsidize you and sponsor you for something that is presently devaluing at a phenomenal rate and isn't even insured? Man, that's crazy. Let's be real, because real love is emotional. Real love is dating is economic, but love is emotional, right? Y'all want a soft life partner for your daily life, right? You want a soft life partner for your struggling finances. If you was really making it, you wouldn't need so many sponsors if you really had it together. And then if a guy came along, this guy that you want, this 6-figure guy who's 6 feet tall and does blah, 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 when he comes along, if and when he comes along for you, yeah, I'm sure it's not just so you can sit still, right? It's funny because S&M talked about women and the feminist movement and fighting to get into the workforce. And it's funny because the same people who fought to get in the workforce, a lot of them are fighting to be soft life now. And they want to stay home. And it's real weird. It's like pick a struggle. Look, so if you're vibing, imagine her vision player, maybe she's not greedy. She's just not the one. Let her be going. You know what I mean? She's down on your level. And let's be honest. If a black man had said what that white lady said, y'all to cancel him before he hit sin. Like as soon as he went out there, y'all have been all up on him. But sometimes the truth only goes viral when it comes from the wrong mouth.